Legal robbery. It's the only way that I can describe what I'm about to share with you. Legal robbery. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting into the details of energy costs and tariffs across my personal home as well as the business, and really looking at costs and what we're being charged. And I was just switching different tariffs and what offers that they had. And as all of us should, is really look at breakdowns of what you're paying for. And one of the things that we pay for from an energy perspective is standing charges. Standing charges. Now, standing charges are a per day charge that you and I have no choice but to pay regardless on energy that we use. And it's for the maintenance of the infrastructure to ensure that everything is taken care of. Okay, great. This can equal hundreds of pounds every single year, whether it's you're using gas and electricity or not. And I thought to myself, imagine if that was in any other industry. Let's say hospitality, a hotel. Imagine you go into a hotel for the first time and you go, I'm going to have a great day at this hotel. Now, you book the hotel and then they say, well, you're also going to get a standing charge every day because at the hotel, we have to maintain the lobby, we have to maintain the reception, we have to maintain the rooms, we have to maintain the bathrooms, we have cleaning to do, we have everything that's involved in a hotel. And I thought to myself, if a hotel did that, you book one night and then maybe you go again, maybe it's a hotel that you visit often, and then let's say they're going to charge you every day 50 pence, 30 pence, every single day, whether you use the hotel or you don't use the hotel. Now, nobody would use that hotel. Let's say a restaurant. You go to your local restaurant and you have a fish and chips. You have a Sunday roast. And the first time you go to the restaurant, they say, here's a great Sunday roast, Yorkshire pudding, pigs in blanket, but you've got a standing charge now to pay 40 pence every day, whether you're at the restaurant or not. You would not sign up to that. You just wouldn't be happy with that. And I thought to myself, like, how do they get away with this? You have no choice to pay a standing charge regardless whether you use energy or you don't use energy. Now let's think about that on a macro scale. Every single home, every single business, all obviously uses energy. There's a lot involved. I get that. I understand the infrastructure, the pipe work, right? The network. I get that. It takes a lot to bring electricity to everybody and gas to everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But surely that's in the price that you're paying, right? Just like at a restaurant, they do have to maintain their fire alarms. They do have to maintain their equipment, their ovens, their cookers. At a hotel, you do have to maintain the lobby. You have to maintain cleaning the windows and, having cleaners and housekeepers. There's a lot of maintenance involved in any business. In our warehouse business, right, this systemized fulfillment, we've got the legal requirements to maintain all our fire alarms. We've got our equipment. There's lots of things that we have to maintain. Now, whether we have customers or we don't have customers, that maintenance, just like the energy companies, they're still applicable. Like a hotel, whether anybody stays at that hotel or they don't, they still have to do maintenance. But energy companies have the ability to charge a standing charge regardless whether you use the energy or you don't. Clearly, this is not illegal, but there is an element of we're having to pay for this regardless of whether you're using the energy or you're not. A little bit like if you were paying for, let's say, council tax, which they're going to ask you for money regardless whether you're happy with the services or you're not, you have no choice. You have to pay that. But in everyday walks of life, in terms of other businesses, there's lots of businesses in this park. There's a great business here. There's a great business there. If I don't want to use that business, then I don't use that business. I don't have to pay them a standing charge. If I did work with them once, then I don't have to just continue to do a standing charge. And it's balmy to me. And because I've been looking at all these different tariffs and breakdowns of everything that you actually pay for, I was really just looking at that standing charge. And I was like, you're talking 30 pence, 50 pence, whatever it is, every single day, every single year, and you've got no choice. You're talking hundreds of pounds every single day and every single year for decades, and you've got no choice to pay that. So it's like, imagine that over a lifetime. Imagine that over a macro scale across every single town, every single village, every single city. These energy companies they're generating literally millions upon millions upon millions of pounds, even if they were not actually providing any energy. To me, that sounds like something that doesn't, from a common sense perspective, I understand that there's maintenance involved. I don't know fully, right, the finer details. I'm sure, if you want to join me in the chat, please do. There's maybe something that I'm not seeing here. But I just couldn't help but think, yesterday, there was a great restaurant, the Mucky Duck. I put a post up and I shared it on the channel. That's closed the doors, effective immediately. They don't know when they're going to reopen. The chances are they won't reopen. A restaurant is now emptied. Businesses gone out of business. Staff redundant. All the customers that have been there in the past, thousands of followers, all the people that have reviewed and gone to a great meal, they only pay for the service that they're getting. They don't have to pay a standing charge to that restaurant, because that's just, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't accept that. But somehow, in energy, regardless of whether you use it or not, you get paid, you get charged that. Which then makes you think, okay, well, what if we are using it? If we are using energy, then surely you can not pay the standing charge, because we've now paid for the energy. Interesting conversation. Let me know your comments down below about this. What's your thoughts? Have you ever thought about it? It's something that I've not really thought about too much until very recently, going into from a business perspective, a home perspective, really looking at these extortionate pricing for energy that we're paying, and that component was just, you've got the rates and everything already, but then the standing charge, something doesn't sit right. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, let's get in the channels and get in the comments and let's discuss down there. My name's Kev from Uncensored Streets. Another video right here popping up for you. Speak soon.